Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk. Today we are exploring what's coming up next for you. It can be any topic, and it is. All three piles are very different topics, so if they aren't resonating with you, then just choose a different pile and see if that resonates with you better. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing this video. I truly appreciate you. I truly appreciate your energy and your presence. Let's get started. As you can see, you have three piles here in front of you. Choose a pile that resonates with you, and then we'll go to the pile. You can look down in the description to see a timestamp, and that timestamp, if you click on that timestamp, it'll take you right to the actual pile, and you can see your reading for today. All right. Take care, and I'll see you in the reading. Hello and welcome, Pile 1. Thanks so much for being here. We are seeing what is coming next for you, any topic. So we are going to look at this reading here and see what is actually coming up next for you. This is a Celtic cross, so we are going to look about what is happening now, in the past a little bit, and definitely in the future for you. So let's get started. The very first image I see is all about now. What is happening now in your life? And this seems more of an emotional turmoil at this point. I see two very high cliffs on either side and water rushing about, going over an edge in the near future. So it seems like maybe your life right now is on an emotional turmoil. It seems like maybe everything is kind of up in the air, going every which way, and you may feel like you're being forced down a narrow channel where you have no choice, right? You have no choice but to move ahead, but you know ahead of you doesn't look good, and you want a way out. You want a way out, and you're not sure how to get it. Spirit is here to answer that call. If this resonates with you, let's keep going. If not, I welcome you to choose a different pile. The second card is all about what's happening in your subconscious. I do see a masculine energy angel that is blindfolded, that is tied up, the wings are bound. This angel can't do much right now. And what I'm seeing here is the masculine energy is very important. At first I got an image of a feminine energy, but Spirit told me to make it masculine. So I was like, okay, I will make it masculine. Now, what does this mean? This means reaching into your rational point of view here in this earth plane, making things that are concrete decisions, making things that you can accomplish in a day, that you can see, you can touch, you can feel, very concrete decisions, ways of thinking about things. But what's happening is this is right now tied up in this male energy is not free inside of you. This is the subconscious inside of you. So with all of this emotional turmoil that is on the outside or in your life right now, the rational is bound up and tied up and cannot move. So it may seem like you are in a constant flux of emotions, and it is because your rational self is really stuck, not being worked into your life, not being tapped into. This could be a multitude of reasons for that. It could be that someone really hurt you. It could be that there were a lot of outer circumstances that made you so emotional at this point, and it's hard to keep those emotions under control because we're human, and that's understandable, very understandable. And Spirit knows this too. Spirit knows that your soul is trying to cope with these emotions, trying to deal with everything that's being thrown at you. And things that you're aware of, your conscious self, I see a laundry machine, and I see clothes being tossed about over and over and over again. What this tells me is you are thinking about things over and over and over again. Maybe about the past that has pushed you into this situation, that has caused this emotional turmoil. And you are what's called ruminating about it. You are thinking about it over and over and over again. And you can't help it. You just are trying to see what went wrong. Why are you so sad about this? Why did this happen to you? All of these things. And Spirit acknowledges that. Looking into your past is the fourth card. That's the leftmost card. I see a saw and a board being cut in two. There was a deep cut and a break that happened in your past. This could have been an emotional breakup of a romance or some kind of very strong relationship or situation. It could have been a career break. It could have been an emotional, romantic break, something that you did not see coming, but something that has affected you so much. And you feel like because of this, your life is in a one-way channel to nowhere. Now, Spirit is hearing all of this. Spirit knows the situation you are in, and Spirit is here for you. So here comes the good news, all right? Here comes the good news. The next card is the near future. Remember how I said that in your subconscious, the masculine energy is bound up and can't do anything. Spirit wants you to tap into that masculine energy. Let it free. What this is going to do is pull you out of that rapid water, that rapid emotional journey, that rapid emotional roller coaster, and get you on sturdy ground. It's going to give you a level head. It's going to give you things that you know you can accomplish during the day. Things like, I'm going to go garden. I'm going to get my car washed. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to buy some fruit. Very concrete things that you can accomplish today. And what is that doing? It's getting your mind off of things that you can't control. With that, that is going to get you free. That is going to break you from this turmoil that you have been thinking about over and over again, like that laundry machine. And it's going to pull you out of that emotional water that is taking you nowhere. The next card is how this affects you. Spirit wants you to make a list of concrete things that you can accomplish every day. What are some things that you know you can get done today? And check them off when they're done. Make sure that you know that you can accomplish it and you've got it done. And that's going to make you feel really good about yourself. It's going to give you more power and accomplishment in your life. It's going to balance out those emotions that you've been feeling and almost kind of shut them out for a while. It's our human nature to delve deep into emotions And sometimes we go too deep. Sometimes it's not the right time to look at an emotional situation. Different points in our life, we need to actually have time away from that situation and look back afterwards. So what Spirit is reminding you is that even though you feel like you should really dig deep into this situation right now, now is not the time. And now is the time to heal from it. And actually the way to heal from it at this point in your life is to do concrete things, to tap into the masculine energy and get on sturdy ground. Don't worry about your emotions yet. You can look back on those later, but to actually come into balance with this situation, you need to ignore the emotional aspects of it at this point. What this will do is it's going to create this bubble around you where there's going to be a lot of things still going on around you that could have caused you to be extremely emotional, triggered you again, had a lot of impact on you. But the fact that you're taking care of concrete things, you are making sure that you have peace within you because you are actually taking care of things that you know you can take care of. Doing the laundry, doing chores, going to work, doing a good job there, and just concentrating on that for a while. Because do you need to check these emotions in this situation? Absolutely, but now is not the time. So what is the actual end of all of this? Where is Spirit leading you? Where is this masculine energy leading you? It's giving you a moment of peace. The thing that you are searching for so much when you are riding these rapid waves, trying to get this emotion under control and it's not working. Tapping into this masculine energy is giving you peace. With this peace, you are actually healing. You are gaining perspective. You are gaining distance away from that situation so you can look back with a healthy mind, a healthy soul, a healthy body, and actually get into it at that point. You are becoming in control of yourself and the situation by tapping into that masculine energy. So the last picture, the last image I see is one of a water faucet, and it's just dripping out a little bit of water. This means you are finally in control of your emotions. You are in control of your emotions about that situation, and you control how much you want to delve into that situation when you want to. So you have gained control over this water. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. You can turn it on and turn it off as much as you need to fully heal from this situation. But you are no longer at the mercy of your emotions. You are in control. You have achieved that balance between the masculine and the feminine. So that is where Spirit is taking you. That is what is coming up next for you, Pile 1. It's a wild ride right now, but just know that you will achieve peace. You will achieve harmony and balance. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here and viewing this video. Thank you for subscribing. That means a lot to me as well. Know that you're loved. Know that you're blessed. And I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for being here with me today. Today we are exploring what is coming up next for you. We all want to know, and we're very curious about what life has in store for us. What you see in front of you is a Celtic cross spread. That's what we use in tarot to look a little bit about what's happening now, a little bit in the past, and more importantly, what's happening in the future. So we're going to dive deep into this and thank you for being here. And if this isn't resonating with you, then I invite you to actually go to a different pile, but you'll know right away as we get into it if it resonates or not. All right, let's get started. The first image I see is one of a snowflake. I feel cold, frozen, tense, yet a little bit of calm as well. A lot of emotions wrapped up right now, but I feel very tight and tense. You may be feeling this at this moment. And that is why we are getting this kind of frozen passiveness. Nothing is happening right now, and there is this calm, and there's not a lot of movement right now. So if this resonates with you, let's keep going. But I think there's a lot to this reading as we go along. But yeah, I feel if you've ever been in a snowy landscape, it muffles the sound around you to where you feel like you're the only person there. You feel this frozenness that you know won't last, but at the moment, it is there and it is all you can think about. The second card is all about what's happening subconsciously in your shadow life. I see the exact opposite, actually. I see a fissure, a crack in the earth, and this lava boiling up inside. So there's a lot of pressure being built up inside of you subconsciously, like it's ready. It's ready, but on the outside, it is not showing yet. So you have this fire, this warmth, this kinetic energy boiling up inside of you. And I should say it's potential at this point. Potential energy boiling up inside of you, ready to pounce, ready to erupt, but it's not quite there yet. What's happening on the outside is one of a gymnast that is on the rings. They have to balance themselves. They outstretch their arms before they are actually doing any movement. And sometimes they just sit there in that position until they are ready to start their routine. And with this, it's very difficult. It's very tense. You know they're going to move. You're not sure when, but they are preparing. They are preparing. So I feel like you're preparing for something very huge in your life. It's not happening quite yet, but I bet you have a lot of questions about how it's going to turn out. What brought you to this situation is a lot of preparation as well. You've been laying tracks for this. So I see a person that is literally laying down railroad tracks, making sure that they are secure. I think there's been a long-term plan that you've been going for. Are you launching a new product? Are you launching a new career that you've been trying to go for? Are you doing something that has taken a lot of preparation, a lot of sweat, a lot of time, and you're finally there at that moment? I would love to know what that is in the comments. So, you're finally launching this. You're finally moving. The frozen wasteland has melted away. We are on to card 5, which is directly right of the snowflake. What happens? Spirit is preparing you for this. They are giving a little sample of what is going to happen. Now bear with me because there are 4 cards ahead. Spirit sees a mixture of emotions. Some people don't understand. Others see the potential and are very happy. Others outright laugh. They just don't see the point in what's happening about what you are doing. All right? So some are confused, some are shocked, some are very happy about it, and others are laughing because they just don't see what's actually the point in all of it. I always think about the truth. I always want to tell you the truth. This is what Spirit has given me. Now there are 3 other cards, so let's keep going because this is not the end of it. So what is Spirit warning you about this? You've worked so hard to be here, to get to this point. Are you going to give up? I would say no. And Spirit doesn't want you to give up. Spirit wants you to educate. Why is this so important to you? Why is this so meaningful in your life? Because I feel like you can't do this alone. I feel like this is something where you need others to actually accomplish this. Or why waste the time, right? Why waste the time convincing others? You would just do it. So I feel like you need people to get in on this, to either buy your product, listen to your music or your videos, do something that requires their energy. Spirit is saying, don't give up. Don't worry about these mixed reactions. They just don't understand because they're actually wonderful ideas that you have. They just haven't heard about it before. Not in the way that you are talking about it. And you may feel like you will want to just curl up in a ball and sit in a dark room and not move. But don't. Get out there. Use your potential. Use your communication skills. It will win them over. Because on the middle card here, I am seeing a dividing line and many people walking across it. You are convincing them to use your product, go with you in this movement. Make sure to communicate well with these people, and they will be on your side. They just don't understand yet. And it's very human to dismiss something that you don't understand as not important. But you will grow a following. You will grow your movement. You will grow your product. You will be able to convince many people as you go along. But it will take some effort on your part. But it's exciting because you are actually moving forward with this, and all of this hard work is going to pay off. The last image I see is one of you smiling and people around you raising you up, just as like you scored the winning goal in a football game or something like that. Some kind of sports analogy. But it's something that is very important to you. I do know that. But then you convince other people that it is so important for their well-being, for others as well. And they cheer you on for your efforts. They cheer you on that you never gave up. And you continue on to be their champion. So all of this work, all of this tension that you're feeling right now will be worth it. There is more work ahead of you, but know that it is worth the actual effort. Knowing that, I think, will keep you going, right? It will keep you going. We're all not afraid to put in effort if we know it's going to be appreciated. And it will be appreciated a little bit when you launch, but not as much as when you educate and you win people over. Then it will be truly appreciated. Okay. Pile 2, that is your reading for today. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you subscribing. That means a lot to me. That means we get to see each other again. And thank you for viewing this video. That means so much. So just know that you're blessed. Know that you're loved. And I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you for being here with me today. Today we are seeing what is coming up for you next. It's any topic, so if we start into this and it's not really resonating with you, I invite you to go to the other two piles because they are very different topics in and of themselves. But we're going to see what is happening for pile 3 today and get into it. All right. So as you see, we see a Celtic cross. That's going to look at some things that are happening right now, some things that have happened in the past, and then, of course, what's going to happen in the future. So let's get into it. The first image I see is actually really interesting. It is two people playing tennis. They are hitting the ball back and forth. They seem very well matched for each other. This could be a kind of competition. This could be a kind of game that you're playing with another person. It's one that you are both enjoying, but I also feel a tension between you, a positive tension, like you've kind of met your match, right? You've met a person that can keep up with you, and this interests you, and this interests them because they feel the same way. So you've met a person that's just as smart as you, maybe just as quick-witted as you or creative as you, someone that really matches your skill set very well, and you respect one another. And this is very important to you in a relationship, whether that be romantic or otherwise. But, you know, it could be a really good friend that you are getting in touch with, or it could be a lover that is actually going to be very important to you in your life. The next image I see, and this kind of confirms it, it may be a romantic relationship. I see two hearts and love, love. Now, love, love in tennis would mean that you're actually tied, right? It's nothing, nothing. So you haven't let anyone score on you, and they haven't scored on you, and you haven't scored on them. So if that makes sense. So it's love, love. So this has two meanings for me. This means that this subconsciously, which this card represents down below, it's in your subconscious, you are actually falling in love with this person. And I think they're falling in love with you, but you haven't revealed that yet. And they haven't revealed that to you either. So it's 0-0, right, on either side of this tennis match. But you guys are falling in love with each other and gaining respect for each other as you go along. So you may be in a workplace. You may be in a place where you see this person often, and maybe you can't tell one another yet that you are actually in love with one another. Maybe you're kind of testing the waters as you go along. But things are going well. Things are going very well. The third card I see is both of you in a dance, a tango actually, which is a very passionate, fiery dance, very romantic, very sensual. This is a representation of this relationship that you are getting into. There are several moves that both of you are making, and even though it doesn't actually get into a kiss or a romantic way of physically signaling to each other that you are in love, there's so much dancing around one another that you are really feeling that tension between each other and enjoying it. It's a very good experience for both of you. So why hasn't that person that you're in love with actually just come out and say it? Well, it may be the same reason that you haven't said it yet. I have a vision for the fourth card, which is all about your past. In your past and in their past, I think they had a relationship where they showed too much emotion and it really burned them. Or their relationship didn't work out And now they're a little shy about getting into another relationship. And you may feel exactly the same way. Thus, this dance around each other where you're actually feeling this good tension, this romantic tension, but neither one is saying that they love each other because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get hurt. I see two people with pistols that are facing opposite, which is like a pistol duel, right? A pistol duel at dawn is what I'm getting. And this was a representation of the past relationship they had. It wasn't very healthy. It wasn't very healthy. It didn't end well. And both of you have been so shy to get into another relationship that you're in this position now where things are going so well, but you also don't want to mess it up, right? You don't want to be the one to express too much emotion and then they don't feel the same way. But I'm not really getting that in these cards. So what's going to happen in the future? Okay. I'm getting that both of you do really like each other. So it's a mutual expression of love. I see an ice cube getting chipped away at. So the ice is going to break. There's no way around it. You guys like each other so much that the ice is going to break. Either you're going to be assigned a project together, you're going to have this moment where maybe they're helping you and the ice just breaks. So it may be that whoever is the more emotional one, I should say, more in the feminine energy, is going to divulge their feelings. And it's just like a volcano erupting. The pressure is so great that it has to be released. And it will. The emotions come out. So a person is going to say that they love the other, right? It's just going to happen. And what I see in the future is that it will be mutual. It will be a mutual love. This is a passionate love. This is a fiery love. There is an outpouring of emotions in this middle card here for both of you. You're going to have this 2 cups becoming one emotional flow, okay? Which is amazing. What a feeling. That's absolutely fantastic. And in this flow, you're going to share a lot of emotions together because they've been so pent up. And it's going to feel absolutely wonderful. Some people call this the honeymoon phase, right? The honeymoon phase is where things are going so great, everything is wonderful, and you're not even thinking about the future, you're just enjoying now. Okay? So, what is next for this relationship? We're going even further into the future. Because Spirit is seeing this, Spirit sees this as a beautiful relationship and really has a couple of signs for you. The first sign is a firefly. The firefly is all about turning its light on and then off, and then on and then off. And it's a very brief light. Spirit is warning you that this relationship, even though it's so passionate and fiery, could die out quickly. Unless, okay, you take this warning and dig deep, right? Talk about things that really matter to you, even while you are in this honeymoon phase. Things that are so crucial to the way you see life. Make sure they see it the same way. Make sure that they are going to be great in the long term for things as well. And this is the great way for you to lengthen this relationship, to actually be together forever. Okay, this could be your one, and you will also carry this passion longer and even further because you are sharing such deep emotions with one another. I got an image of a shovel, right? To dig deep and to make sure that these emotions and these topics get shared, because the passion is wonderful and you want to keep that going. And the best way to do that is to share deep emotions with one another. Okay, Pile 3, I'm excited for you. That sounds like so much fun. So I truly hope that this resonated with you. And thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing this video. That means a lot to me. And I truly hope this helps you. So just know that you are blessed, know that you are loved, and I'll see you next time.